Welcome to Dependable Flame, where we explore vintage petrol lighters, ashtrays, tobacciana, and other useful mechanisms. Make yourself at home. Today we have a vintage Robin automatic super lighter made in Japan. This is probably the most colorful lighter I have ever owned, and also may be the smallest. Definitely the smallest that I have ever put a new wick in, as you may have previously seen that repair video. I have owned this lighter for at least 4 years, maybe 5. Looks like there are 3 color polka dots, green, yellow, and red. And then there are 3 colors of the background, which is plaid or a lattice pattern, which is 2 colors of purple or violet. And then I'm not sure if that is gold tone paint or if that is the brass finish in the background. I'm kind of confused. I can't see it that well. It's a very little lighter. I wouldn't say that it operates flawlessly, but it operates really well. Way better than your average Ronson that you run into in the same sort of conditions. This lighter didn't appear to have ever had a flint in it, and I think somebody pulled the wick out of it, perhaps without the lighter having ever been used. Which, if it's never had a flint in it, then obviously it's never been used. This wick appears to be burning pretty clean, not charring, really. And you can see the mechanism there. I did not take this one apart, but that looks to me like your typical Ronson style standard clone where the clutch spring is integrated under the snuffer cap. Typically when you have those teeth on the side like that, and no clutch spring riding alongside of it. This lighter is marked here on the front side post, the same side as the monogram panel as Robin. There is no marking on the other side. The finish or paint or perhaps silk screen or screen printed, I'm not certain what the process was that put the color onto this lighter, but it does have some blemishes. There is also a loop on the back where I believe the lighter originally had a cloth tassel attached. As you see, most of these petite type lighters do. It's possible that it was for a lanyard or something, but I think it's more likely a tassel. Just to give you some perspective on size, here up against a regular flat ad lighter, shorter and way more compact. And then compared to a Park Slim, way shorter and perhaps a hair wider at the base, but pretty close. That'd give you an idea of the room that a lighter like this would take up in your pocket, which would not be much. But I also would not recommend whoever buys this lighter putting it in their pocket to use. The paint is very cool and very colorful, but as I said, there appear to be some blemishes, some damage, maybe corrosion, I'm not sure, but some of the paint has some bubbling or something either on the surface or underneath the surface. And as I've said, I can't even guarantee that it's paint. I think it is, but it could be some other process by which that design is applied upon the lighter. It has a very strong flame, a very strong stout mechanism, I like it a lot. I was just hesitant for all those years. I wasn't always making videos to publish every weekday morning or most weekday mornings. At one point I was just making videos of lighters that I was selling, and I will sell this one for sure. It's a very attractive lighter that belongs in somebody's collection. But when I was not making the videos, the repair videos and all that I am now, a lot of times I just did not have the motivation to dig into what seemed like a very tedious job of wicking a lighter that was so small. That was the only thing that kept me from having this lighter sold 4 or 5 years ago. And that may sound lazy, and it may be a little bit lazy, I'm not sure. But really there's not much to it. It requires about the same patience, and really wasn't any harder a job to accomplish than a full-size flat ad lighter. They're all, any of these close tank lighters, Ronson clone type, super lighters, whatever you call them, all of those are going to be harder to re-wick and wad than a Zippo style insert flip top lighter. And then when you have one like this that has such a small fuel hole in it, then it becomes even more difficult, but not that it's not doable. So this lighter does show scuffs, scratches, dings, maybe some small dents, plating loss, damage to the finish or paint or design that is embellished upon the lighter. But overall, a very nice, colorful, I think it's safe to say this is a petite lighter, and with the pattern and all that's on it, I think it's safe to say that this is a lady lighter. I balk at the idea of calling all slims lady lighters. And I don't know, I know a couple of fellas that have in the past and would certainly in the future wear this same sort of pattern, so maybe I'm stretching it to say this is definitely a lady lighter. Maybe this is a lighter for a man who really likes to stand out from the crowd. These are really an ignored segment of the hobby. The Japanese super lighters, Petrol lighters. Let me know what you think about these though, because if you like this sort of thing, I've got a handful more of these small miniature super lighters in there that I can do videos on. Not just the aesthetics though, still a very functional miniature lighter. Until next time.